COVID-19 has claimed more than 800,000 lives in the U.S. alone. With all of that loss comes grief and the need for support. Cronkite News health reporter Kamilah Williams talked with 3 women about how different organizations have helped them begin to heal and move forward.
Tara Krebs will always remember her father as the fun guy in the family.
He was adventurous. He bought me a book once, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and that's really how he lived his life.
After COVID-19 was declared a pandemic, her father, Charles, took all the right precautions, but it wasn't enough to keep him from getting sick.
He was in the hospital for 6 weeks.
And after those 6 weeks, a doctor gave them some news they were not prepared to hear.
The first thing he said was, you know, your father's a very sick man and he's probably not going to make it, which I wasn't aware of. I just thought in my head at that time, he's on a ventilator, his lungs are going to heal, he's just going to rest. So I looped my mom in and they got us ready to lose my dad.
After Tara's father passed away in July of 2020, she felt lost and alone. Then she heard about Marked by COVID, an organization that helps advocate for families whose loved ones have died from the disease.
I finally felt like someone saw me and understood what I was going through.
Marked by COVID co-founder Kristen Urquiza grew up in Maryvale and lost her father to COVID in June of 2020. The grassroots group has members across the nation and continues to grow.
We had just literally thousands of people reaching out to us saying, thank you for speaking up. I feel exactly the same way as you. And it was that sort of realization that we were giving voice to the voiceless in a really meaningful way.
Urquiza says one goal of the organization is holding government officials accountable for their handling of the pandemic, including reopening too soon and opposing mask mandates. Urquiza says such policies contributed to her father's death.
Because of his choices and the information, misinformation, disinformation he received, led him to believe that it was safe to start gathering.
With the help of Arizona U.S. Representative Greg Stanton, Marked by COVID is pushing to make March 1st COVID-19 Victims and Survivors Memorial Day to remember the lives lost to COVID and acknowledge the widespread loss felt by those left behind. Angelica Baker from Tucson said that other organizations like COVID Survivors for Change helped her through her grief journey after losing her father in May 2020.
They knew exactly where I was at that time. They knew that everybody understood. It was just kind of unspoken that we were all alone with our grief. But then at that time when we would meet on Thursday nights, it's like we were all a family. We all got it.
Kamilah Williams, Cronkite News.
With the holiday season here, Marked by COVID has started a program called the COVID Card Exchange, where someone can send sympathy cards to those who need some extra support. For more information, go to markedbycovid.com/cards.